Two young American couples, Jeff, Amy, Eric, and Stacy go on vacation to Mexico. They meet Matthias, a German tourist, who is looking for his brother Heinrich. His last known location is an archaeological dig at a remote Mayan ruin in the jungle. They are also joined by Dmitri, Matthias' friend. The group reaches the ruins of a Mayan temple, and are confronted by Mayan villagers armed with knives, bows, arrows, and a gun. Matthias tries to explain their purpose, but the villagers do not understand Spanish or English. When Amy accidentally steps on some vines, the villagers become extremely agitated. Dmitri approaches the villagers, hoping to appease them, but they shoot and kill him. The rest of the group flees up the steps of the ruins. Dmitri approaches the villagers in an attempt to appease them, but he is shot and killed. The rest of the group flees up the ruins steps. At the summit, they discover an abandoned camp with a shaft in the center. They hear a phone call from somewhere within the ruins. The group lowers Matthias down the shaft with a rope, but the rope breaks and Matthias falls, paralyzing him. Amy and Jeff make their way down the temple steps, hoping to persuade the Mayans. Amy hurls a clump of vines at a young boy, whom the Mayans promptly kill. They realize the Mayans are terrified of the vines and refuse to let them go until they have all touched them. Stacy and Amy later descend the shaft to save Matthias. The next morning, Stacy notices a vine tendril has crept into a wound on her leg. The vines have also encircled Matthias' lower legs and eaten them down to the bone. Eric and Jeff are barely able to remove the vines from Stacy, but they are unable to remove them from Matthias. Stacy and Amy descend once more after hearing the phone from deep within the shaft. The two discover the body of the young archaeologist, Heinrich's friend, and a broken phone in a small, vine-covered room. They then realize that the ringing sound was produced by the vine's flowers. The vines attack as Amy touches one of the flowers, and the two barely escape. Jeff amputates Matthias' legs to prevent infection as his condition worsens. Stacy is envious of Eric's comforting of a distressed Amy and accuses them of having sex. While the four argue, Matthias is suffocated by the vines. Eric brings Amy and Jeff into the tent in the morning and instructs Stacy to show them the vines beneath her skin. Eric cuts the vine from her leg and spine with a knife. Stacy attempts to take the knife, claiming the vines are in her head. The rest of the group watches as a vine moves beneath the skin in her brow, revealing that her fears were correct. Stacy wakes up the next morning and leaves the tent where the rest of the group is sleeping. She discovers a backpack containing a knife. Jeff hears moans from outside and goes to investigate, finding Stacy covered in open wounds, slicing her body open to get the vines out. He touches her, and she slashes his palm with the knife. Eric tries to comfort her as well, but she spins around and fatally stabs him in the chest. Eric is dragged away by the vines while the others try to restrain Stacy. Stacy, overcome with remorse, begs Amy to kill her, and Jeff kills her out of mercy. Jeff devises a plan for Amy's escape. He smears Stacy's blood all over her before carrying her to the bottom of the temple and laying her down. He then provokes and berates the Mayans, distracting them from Amy. Jeff is eventually shot with arrows by the Mayans. Amy gets up and runs through the jungle, pursued by the Mayans. The Mayan leader shoots Jeff in the head and kills him. Amy reaches the jeep and manages to drive away after escaping the Mayans. Following Amy's escape, Dimitri's two Greek friends are seen walking through the woods and approaching the temple in search of him.